Good afternoon, my fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. Once, a psychology professor walked around his classroom full of students holding a glass of water in his arm, straightened out to the side. He asked to the students, how heavy this glass of water? The students started to shout out guesses ranging anywhere from 100 grams, 200 grams, 300 grams. The professor replied, the absolute weight of this glass isn't what matters while I'm holding it. Rather, it's the amount of time that I hold on to it that makes an impact. If I hold it for, say, 2 minutes, it doesn't feel like much of a burden. If I hold it for an hour, its weight may become more apparent as my muscles begin to tire. In all of these cases, the actual weight of the glass will remain the same. But the longer I grip onto it, the heavier it feels to me, the more burdensome it is to hold. The class understood and shook their heads in agreement. The professor continued to say, this glass of a water represents the worries and stress that you carry around with you every day. If you think them for a few minutes and then put them aside, it's not a heavy burden to bear. If if it you if you hold it for more time, it will impact you. Moral of the story is to let go of things that are out of your control. Don't carry your worries around with you everywhere you go, as they will do nothing but bring you down. Put your glass down each night and move on from anything that is unnecessary stressing you out. Don't carry this extra weight into the next day. With this positive note in mind, I am Keval, Sergeant at Arms, welcomes all of you to 170th meeting of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. With this beautiful afternoon, I would like to begin by stating the mission of a Toastmasters Club. The mission is to provide positive and supportive learning experience by which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. But by doing so, we have to follow some rules. And there are mainly 3 rules for online meeting. Rule number 1, we will not talk about sex, religion, and politics throughout the meeting. Rule number 2, if you are joined through PC or laptop, please keep your mobile phone on vibration or on silent mode. Rule number 3, please keep your microphone on muted unless otherwise called upon. Now, without further waiting, it's time to invite our presiding officer. Presiding officer is someone who is born in the capital of India and attended school in capital of Oman. He is a computer engineer by education and entrepreneur by profession. He also has represented UAE and Oman in under 17 and 19 cricket teams. He loves traveling and socializing, and in his leisure time, he enjoys reading, dancing, and listening to the music. Please help me welcome with big round of applause, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Jayesh.
Thank you very, very much, Sergeant Arms Toastmaster Keval, the only person of HCTC, Keval. Thank you very much. Last meeting, I started with this message: oxygen, oxygen everywhere, but lack of availability of oxygen everywhere. But now what do we see is lack of beds everywhere. Beds do provide us with a lot of comfort, but now we are not getting the required beds and the oxygen. And hopefully in this week we will get rid of this drastic and the very huge humongous problem. So ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you officially to 170th meeting of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. What is Toastmasters? Toastmasters, it was started here 100 years back by a person named Ralph Sayes Medley. He started it because people were unable to raise toast during marriages or on funerals. Now, why Toastmasters is important? So let me go ahead and ask Toastmaster Khushal, the area director of Area A5, who has just recently joined. What do you think, Toastmaster Khushal? Why is Toastmasters important?
Thank you so much, President, for giving me the opportunity. Toastmasters, I believe, is important in many aspects. In fact, if you ask every Toastmaster in this meeting, probably everyone would be having a separate reason for joining in Toastmasters and staying in with Toastmasters since so long. I also had my stories, but it kept on changing over the period of time. Almost 7 years, I'm a Toastmaster. 7 years back, when I joined Toastmasters, I wanted to be a better public speaker. Within a year or two, I thought listening skills helps a lot in my business and sales skills. So the listening was second attribute of which I wanted to improvise on myself, and that attached me and kept me with Toastmasters. Over the time, it kept on changing. It just not was speaking or listening or even leadership. When I became the president of the club, I was fond of leadership, and that is what I learned a lot in my public and personal relationship also. How do you lead a team in your businesses as well? Over the time, I moved into the positive vibes which all you guys bring into the Toastmasters fraternity, the energy and enthusiasm which also makes me exuberant at times. Right now, it's the positive vibes which I get from people and the bonding which we have made all here. Like we have made friends for life at Toastmasters, and this is what is keeping me with Toastmasters now. Probably it will soon, very soon change again. But there are many things which keeps on adding and my reason list to be at Toastmasters.
Fantastic. Very nicely put, Toastmaster Kushal. Thank you for the insight. Just adding on to what you have said, you said about the family and the professional life that we're living in today. People are always pulling your legs. But here in Toastmasters, what I've learned is we pull hands and we grow together. So that is what we have learned here in Toastmasters, and HCTC Namaste is doing a great job on that. So let me now take the pleasure to invite all the guests and let me take their introductions one by one. Would love to know their name, their profession, and how did they come to know about Toastmasters. So let me start with the guest Jigna Vora. You need to unmute yourself, ma'am.
Yeah, I am Jigna Voda. I run a reading center, and Mr. Deepan Vaishnav had asked me, or to join. He knows that this is my interest. One of the keen interests, development of communication skills and even image consultancy. So he asked me if I could like to join, and I said yes, of course.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, guest Jigna. It's a pleasure to have you. HCTC, we welcome Jigna Vora to HCTC. And you talked about Toastmaster Deepan. He has been an inspiration to HCTC like always, and we might soon see him in HCTC as well. Next, we have guest AD Shukla. Guest AD Shukla. Am I audible to you, guest AD Shukla? All right, if we can take him at the end. We have a Toastmaster from Pima Toastmasters, Toastmaster Akash.
Hello everyone.
Yeah.
Jai Panchalis asked me and join this meeting.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Akash. You have recently formed a new club that is Pima Toastmasters, and I wish you all the very best in the Toastmasters journey. We have another
Thank you, sir.
Toastmaster, that is Toastmaster Deepak. Hello, Toastmaster Deepak. If you can introduce yourself.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good
I'm
afternoon.
Toastmaster Deepak. I'm frequently guest of the HCTC, and I'm also Toastmaster from the Rajkot Toastmaster.
Fantastic. Welcome, Toastmaster Deepak. We have guest Vishal Lalka. Yes, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody.
Good
My
afternoon.
name is Vishal Lalka. I'm from Gandhidham, Kutch, Gujarat, and I'm a chartered accountant by profession. And I came to know about, in fact, I was not aware about this Toastmaster Club 1 week before, but one of my friend posted a post in the Instagram where he was a guest speaker in some event organized by Toastmaster. So I read the post and I thought I don't know about this club, so let me find on the internet. And so I went on the internet, found about the Toastmaster Club, and I liked the idea, in fact, the purpose of the club. And so I found which are the clubs near to my town, in fact. So I found it more approachable in the Ahmedabad, and from the net I found the number. I talked to Mr. Bilvaji, and he introduced me to this session.
Very nice, sir. We welcome you to HCTC, and hopefully we'll definitely have a club chartered in Gandhidham as well with your blessings. Looking forward to listen to your speech, sir, in the table topics. We move ahead. We have a Toastmaster from my area, that is Ahmedabad Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Viral Parekh. We would love to hear you, sir.
Hi Jayesh, hi Toastmaster Bilva, and hello everybody. I'm Toastmaster. I'm Viral Parekh. I'm a mechanical engineer and I work for a company named Siemens Limited. I have joined Toastmasters Ahmedabad Toast. I'm part of Ahmedabad Toastmaster Club, and very excited to listen the panel discussion today as Bilva Saab shared it. So looking forward for the amazing meeting, and stay safe everyone. Take care.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Viral. We are also looking forward to the panel discussion. We have guest Pooja Jain. Guest Pooja Jain, if you can introduce yourself. Guest Pooja Jain. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Pooja Jain, and uh, I've completed recently MBA.
Okay. And how did you come to know about Toastmasters?
Yeah, I'm come with reference of Khushal Lalwani, and I've seen the message in the group of Ahmedabad Gravels Club. So I think it's interested, so I joined.
Thank you, and we welcome you, guest Pooja Jain. We have Toastmaster from DCTC, Diamond City Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Sri Devi. If we can have your introduction, ma'am.
Hi, good evening. The topic for today was sounding very interesting, and I don't want to miss out on that. So that's the reason why I'm here. And I'm here in Toastmaster for close to five plus years.
Wow. I think your journey and your experience will be very valuable to us. Welcome, Toastmaster Sri Devi. And we have Toastmaster Parul Chauhan. Toastmaster Parul, if we can hear your introduction.
Hi everyone, this is Parul Chauhan, and I am for the benefits of the guest and new people. I am a part of TCS Beat Toastmaster Gandhinagar Club. I work in TCS, and I am a Toastmaster since the TCS Beat Club found chartered. I think today's theme is quite interesting. interesting, which make me to join these meetings. Yeah, looking forward to the meeting. Thank you, Jayesh.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Parul. And ladies and gentlemen, to the HCTC family, we have a new member in the HCTC family, that is Toastmaster V. Shantanam, and he has named himself as RC Gandhinagar. So we welcome you, Toastmaster V. Shantanam, to HCTC family. If you can please unmute and introduce yourself.
Yeah, Mr. Jayesh.
Yes.
Thanks for your introduction. Actually, I am the member of Toastmaster Club, Heritage Toastmaster Club, but in between, due to Corona as well as other assignments, I could not able to continue. So after a long back, I joined today, and thank you so much to each one of you. I am very happy to join again. Thank you. Looking forward to see all of you. Thank you.
Sir, we are looking forward to listen to your speeches and to get inspired from you. So, ladies and gentlemen, today is a great meeting. Am I audible? Hello? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. I think
Yes, you are audible.
there is some network issue that I'm facing. Never mind. So Toastmaster Amit and Toastmaster Rashi we're going to witness a panel discussion from them. And Toastmaster Rashi, let us become more effective at Toastmasters through image consulting. Ladies and gentlemen, today that will be the topic of the panel discussion. And Toastmaster Rashi in the panel discussion professionally, she is an image consultant. We will use her wisdom of image consulting of Toastmasters role players and EC members as well. So we will witness the panel discussion, but before that, Toastmasters, we have a great theme. So let me ask you a question. The first 30 seconds when you are having a conversation with anyone, what is the first 30 seconds? Do you remember the 30 seconds when I started my presiding officer's speech? If I would have created the impact, if I would have created the impact, you would definitely would have remembered. I talked about oxygen everywhere. And I'll tell you what 30 seconds is all about. The first 30 seconds of every conversation that you say something encouraging about the person is that person remembers. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, everyone wants to feel encouraged. Encouragement gives people energy and instills motivation. With this amazing topic, we have the Toastmaster of the day. He hails from Baroda and is currently based out of Ahmedabad. He has done BE in Computer Science and Engineering from DY Patil and MBA from ICFAI. He is a marketer by profession and a foodie by heart. In his free time, he loves to read, write, travel, and I must tell you, ladies and gentlemen, no one except Toastmaster Amit or Toastmaster Jayesh can defeat Toastmaster Bilva. So please help me welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bilva. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jayesh. Wonderful to have all of you over here. Such a nice day. Can anyone tell me what is today?
Labor Day.
First May, Labor Day, and Gujarat Establishment Day as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. There is one more event that happened, which is very significant and personal to my life. Today is the day 1 year ago I became a Toastmaster.
Oh, great.
And on that very day, my current mentor and the then president of Heritage City Toastmasters Club, had taken this topic of 30 seconds. And today's theme is my tribute to all the support that my mentor, Toastmaster Kinjal, has given to me during my time. So Toastmaster Kinjal, this one is for you. Now, let me start with sharing my own experience. I was a very young boy, probably this is 1997. I was a very young boy, just cleared 10th standard, and had come to Ahmedabad at my Marcy's place. She used to stay in Satellite Center. And she said, Bilva, go and give this magazine to Mrs. Aluwalia, who stays in the next block. So, as a very obedient nephew, I went and knocked at Mrs. Aluwalia's door. And lo and behold, what I saw just swept me off my feet. I saw Mrs. Aluwalia's daughter, and she was looking like an angel. She was so beautiful that I could not speak. The man of many words was speechless. She asked me, "Can I help you?" And I was like, uh, uh, um, magazine. And then she replied, "Oh, we don't sell magazines." I said, no, magazine, I offer you. Oh, she said, you are trying to offer me a magazine? We don't want to buy a magazine. I said, no, my auntie gave magazine. And then she realized that actually I was one of her neighbors who had come. But such events in life happen where you are spellbound and left for words and have no other words to say. And that was the moment I realized that thanks to my fumbling and not being able to speak, I missed a very good opportunity to score with a very beautiful lady. Anyways, moving on, then I became a Selu. And then that is when I learned about somebody called as Akio Morita. Can you tell me who is Akio Morita?
No idea.
Founder of Sony Corporation.
Yes, the founder of Sony Corporation. And that is when I learned the importance of 30 seconds. Without much further ado, let me start this VVS. Not the batsman, but what the Australians called him. Very, very special meeting number 170 of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. I'll tell you why this meeting is special. Because we have three awesome speakers. We have fun and energy-filled table topics. We have a class monitor. We also have a very, very special panel discussion with a very, very special guest. So let me introduce to you the class monitor, that is the general evaluator of the day. The general evaluator of the day is the person because of whom the world is able to see. Because he gives the world the sight of vision. And I literally mean it, it is the sight of vision. Because he is the state head for Alcon lenses. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my very dear friend, General Evaluator of the Day, Toastmaster Vikash.
That was breathtaking. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bilva, for such a wonderful introduction of mine. Good afternoon and warm welcome to all of you for this unique meeting of Heritage City Toastmasters Club, which we are almost a kind of celebrating today. What is my role? I am General Evaluator for today's meeting. Anybody, what is evaluation? Evaluation is nothing, establishing the quality, amount of value, or basically judging or calculating something such that you can establish the value of something or other that has given that value what was required. In the similar manner, in Toastmasters also, we like to evaluate everything. Whatever happens during the meeting, how the speeches went, how any or every role players performed, because we want to grow from where we are. We want to grow to the next level. That's what is our objective. The founder of Toastmasters International, Ralph Spendley, said, I would like to just refer him. He said that, just a moment. We realize that the two most important factors in Toastmasters is mentoring and evaluations. There is no doubt that if these two are done well and there is good mentoring program, your club will be filled with spark plugs ready to fire upon request. Mentoring and evaluations create enthusiasm, and once you light that fire, the only thing it needs is some kindling. So it was clearly well established from the beginning itself that evaluation in Toastmaster is very, very critical. So as rightly said by Toastmaster Bilva, I am the class monitor for today's meeting. I would like to evaluate everything, whatever happens during the meeting. I'm keeping an eye on all of you, that how you guys are performing your roles, such that I can give some tips, some areas of improvement, and you can grow from where you are. But in this Herculean task, I'm not alone. I will be supported by two sets of people. They are called evaluators. There are few people who will be evaluating different speeches. They are called speech evaluators. There are certain set of people who are doing some roles they're playing during the meeting, and they will be evaluating that particular role. So that team is called tag team. Speech evaluators, I will be calling them during the evaluation section, which is called better listening part of the meeting, which happens at the end of the meeting. While right now, I'm going to introduce you with the tag team, which are normal evaluators. So this is called timer or counter and grammarian. So I would like to invite the first member of my team, that is timer. Ladies and gentlemen, timer for today's meeting is someone who is basically a software engineer at Panamax Inc. He has also worked earlier with ISRO, Government of India, Ahmedabad, has studied computer in science and engineering from Patan. Basically, he hails from Bhotad, staying in Ahmedabad. He is a very enthusiastic Toastmaster, and he loves to read and making friends. With a round of applause, let's welcome the Sergeant at Arms of our club, Toastmaster Keval, as the timer of our meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Keval. Introduce your role.
Thank you very much for very in-depth introduction, General Evaluator. So I'm Keval Kubawat. I'm timer today. Someone has said, time is what we want the most, but what we use the worst. So today, as a timer, I'll be helping each of you to take your time, log your time, sorry. So as a timer, my role will be to take timings of all of your speech, and there will be some time limits. So the time limit for the prepared speeches will be 5 to 7 minutes. So at the end of 5 minutes, I'll be showing green card. Wait, I'll share my screen. So at the end of 5 minutes, I'll be showing green card. Then at the end of 6 minutes, I'll show yellow card. And at the end of 7 minutes, I'll be showing red card. So that the timings for prepared speech will be kind of this. Now about the speech evaluators, the time limit will be 2 to 3 minutes. At the end of 2 minutes, I'll show green card. At the 2.5, I'll show yellow card. At the end of 3 minutes, I'll show the red card. About the third part, that is table topics, the time limit will be 1 to 2 minutes. At the end of 1 minute, I'll show green card, 1.5 yellow card, and at the end of 2 minutes, I'll show red card. For every speech, there will be given a 30-second of grace period so that you can wind up your speech in a proper way. So these are the timing for all the speakers. I'll log your time and I'll present my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Keval, for wonderful introduction of your role. Now let me invite the second member of my team, who is our counter. The counter for today's meeting is someone who is an engineering graduate from Nirma University, who has done his schooling from Oman in New Delhi. He is also a cricketer by interest, who has played for under 19 and under 17 team of Oman. And you will love to know that he is the president of our club. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Toastmaster Jayesh, who is again playing multiple roles and was also the counter for today's meeting. Toastmaster Jayesh.
Thank you very much for this lovely introduction, General Evaluator Toastmaster Vikash. And I am going to be the counter for this meeting. So what does an counter do? A counter counts your ers, few filler words like so basically like something. So these acts as the destructive words in your speech. And how can you overcome if you're feeling that I'm going to use the word or give it a pause. Have a pause and then you resume with your speech. So ladies and gentlemen, all the Toastmasters and speakers, I am going to note the ers and ums. May your speech be awesome instead of awful. All the very best. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jayesh, for the introduction of your role. These are very important roles of our counter timer. And now the third very, very important role, who is the custodian of language for the meeting, is the grammarian's role. Ladies and gentlemen, let's invite our very, very enthusiastic member. Though she has joined us recently, just a few months back, but she has added a lot of value to our team. She hails from the city of Chandigarh, basically an NLP trainer and coach, a wonderful human being. And I had many things to talk about her, but let her call and introduce herself and about her role. So put your hands together for grammarian of today's meeting, Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikash, General Evaluator, for this wonderful introduction. And coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. So we all are moving towards success. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Toastmaster of the day, guests. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce word of the day and phrase of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is back burner, which means temporarily not being dealt with or is considered, especially because it is not urgent or important as of now. An example is the ongoing pandemic has forced us to put our planes on the back burner for a while. Now, the phrase of the day is alive and kicking. When you say someone is alive and kicking, you emphasize that not only this person continues to survive, or the thing or a habit or a practice prevails, it is not only surviving, but it is also very active. A usage is not only he survived and recovered from the deadly corona, he is also alive and kicking. I will give you my grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting, and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you, General Evaluator, and thank you, fellow Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaspreet, for wonderful introduction of your role. Let's use the word of the day and phrase of the day as dictated by, said by Toastmaster Jaspreet. So that's it in terms of introduction. We will prepare our reports during the meeting, and then at the end of the meeting, when the evaluation starts, that's better listening part of the meeting, we'll come together and present our reports such that we can add value to your life in Toastmasters. So thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Bilva, TMOD for the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikash. Requesting grammarian Toastmaster Jaspreet to put the word of the day and phrase of the day in the chat. And let us now begin with the session. Let me ask you a question. What if you had only minimum amount of time to sell your product or service? What if you had only a few seconds before the next prospect would get interviewed? It is very important to make the first impression. And while first impression may not be the last impression always, but it definitely is the lasting impression. One story that I can recollect is that of Dhirubhai Ambani. Our then Prime Minister, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, had denied Dhirubhai Ambani the permission to open a plant in Reliance Jamnagar. Dhirubhai said, "Sir, give me 5 minutes of your time. If I am not able to convince you, I will not open the plant." Rajiv Gandhi said, "You have the time from the time that I start from my door to the time I reach the door to my car." And Dhirubhai went and he said, "Sir, I have not come over here to get an approval for my factory. I have come over here to deliver some package that your mother had left with me." Just imagine the impact. Had Dhirubhai not spoken those words, today we would not have RG Doyens and RG Green Toastmasters Club, guys. Why? And now that you have understood how important elevator pitch is to everyone, let me give you another example of President Ronald Reagan. When Ronald Reagan was the president, he was a Republican and he was shot. And everybody just assembled quickly together, took him to the hospital. And there was a lot of stress and a lot of chaos going around. Ronald Reagan just looked up to the doctors and he said, "I hope all of you are Republicans." And that just elevated the tension. All the doctors started laughing. And his operation was very successful. So this is actually the importance of a good elevator pitch. Can anyone tell me what is exactly meant by an elevator pitch? The origin of elevator pitch comes from Akio Morita, who said, yes, exactly, Toastmaster Parul, who said that if you have the time only to meet the CEO during the time in which he goes to his office in an elevator, and you have to impress him. 2 lines, 3 lines, maybe 4 lines. You need to tell something awesome about yourself. And that is exactly how we learn to do things here in Toastmasters. Open with an impact, create that impact, live with that impact. So now let me open up the stage and ask some of our Toastmasters and guests, if you have time of 10 to 20 seconds and you have to tell something about yourself, what is it that you will do? What is it that you will say? Can anyone volunteer? Or let me ask somebody to answer. Toastmaster Amit?
सर एक बार दोबारा बताएं प्लीज.
So can you introduce yourself? Can you prepare an elevator pitch for yourself? Or what would be your elevator pitch?
It's about making an impact. If you want to make an impact, you have to create an impression. An impression is created by practice. And for that, you have a process. If you want to learn the process, come to me. I'll make you better.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Toastmaster Amit. Excellent. So this is exactly how.
Googly mat फेंका करो यार.
So this is exactly, but I facofied that googly because I know you can bat well. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin our today's prepared speeches section with this beautiful thought. Create that impact. And today, our first speaker is somebody who's going to create that impact for the very first time. Yes, it's a momentous occasion in his life. There will be butterflies, there will be nervousness. Please support him thoroughly. Today's speaker, Toastmaster Naval, is attempting his icebreaker speech. In order to read out his speech objectives and the title of his speech, I would like to welcome his evaluator, Toastmaster Khushal.
Very good afternoon, everyone. Today, Toastmaster Naval is attempting his icebreaker speech, L1S1, from his project manual. And the objective of the speech is to introduce himself in the front of the audience. Timer, please note, time is 4 to 6 minutes. All the very best, Naval. Rock it. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Khushal. Ladies and gentlemen, request all of you to give Toastmaster Naval a standing ovation after he's done with the speech. The icebreaker speech, Toastmaster Naval, icebreaker speech. Over to you.
Thank you for the lovely introduction. Mark Twain says there are two important days in your life: the day you are born and the day you know why you are born. Hello everyone, my name is Naval Kishore and I'm here to present my ice-breaking speech. So I will be telling my journey from how I become the so-called prince to studying prices. Yes, I am a student of economics, so I studied demand, supply, and prices. So I was born in an army cantonment, which I perceived as a prince was born in an which have its battle tanks and army, which respected a lot. I was so happy. Later, I realized that the respect they was giving was to my father, who was in army, because we have the protocols and the mutual respect rule. And the battle tanks which I was talking about were placed in an army cantonment at different places. These tanks were once used in the war, were now placed as a symbol of bravery at different places. And the palace, the wall which I was talking to, the boundary, is an sensitive security zone which we live in. This was about how my life went, my childhood went. It was I was so happy to live in this cantonment area because I have a lot of memories over here, because this place is like all of a system altogether. You will find everything over here. A cut off from the civilian area, totally a new life here. So I still remember we were traveling to different places because my father got transferred from north to south, east to west. And what I want to tell you is, like, if you see my life is a movie and you scroll the reel and we chop the pieces of the reel, you will find that every snap of it is different. Like while I was in Kolkata, I was learning swimming. While I was in Pune, I was learning horse riding. So this was how my childhood went to different places. And the most important part in army, in a suppose life, I'm talking about this Ahmedabad cantonment I'm living right now. In this cantonment, people from around the India come together and live. We share a common culture, and the most important is different cuisines. Yes, like I am a Rajasthani, but my mother used to cook idli, dosa, sambar, and all these things are now a part of her daily routine. Just because of this army, we have this system all together in our life. We are learning from each other. Now, talking about my schooling and college, apart from studies, I was good at everything. Yeah, because I still remember in my school days, I was part of NCC, which taught me all the military drills and skills. And I did NSS and all the cultural activities, dance, drama, everything I did. But there was a turning point in my life. The turning point was like this. I still remember the day I was in Kolkata. I was participating in the India's second largest road show. Yes, it was Republic Day parade. Okay, it was Republic Day parade. After Delhi Rajpath, we have the second largest parade in Kolkata, Red Road, and I was a part of it. So I would just give you a glimpse of it. Then I will tell you how you can just understand what I'm saying. Okay, this is a small clip. Okay, that's it. I need to stop sharing. Okay, this was like my journey. You can see how this the just to give you experience of how I was like marching, leading the contingent. It's around 7 row, 7 column, 49 people. I was leading them. So it was an like goosebump. It was literally a goosebump. I don't have words to explain my experience. But one thing was really very sure at that point. I was leading in the front. I was not the commander who used to give command. So what happened is in class, it was the incident of class 10th. In class 8 and 9, I was the part of that contingent, the 49 people. But in class 10, I made my mind that I want to be the commander. I asked my instructor, sir, I want to give a trials for the commander who give command the thing. Sir told, okay, come and give the trial. What the instructor told me changed my life. He told me, Naval, you are the best marching contingent. Like if I see you, the way you march is the best thing. The drills, moves, everything are so fine. But the way you command, the voice is not that good. At that moment, I lost because my dreams of commanding was all shattered. I know I can't command right now, but I can lead. There are other positions I was leading. So that was the day, and today is the day. I made sure that I hit the stage. It doesn't matter I win or lose. That is secondary thing. But what matters for me is I perform and improve. And here I am at Toastmaster. Thank you.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Naval.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Naval.
Beautiful speech, Toastmaster Naval. Congratulations on your debut.
Congratulations, Naval.
Congratulations, Naval.
Congratulations, Naval.
Thank you so much.
Now I would like to give all of you 30 seconds to give your feedback to Toastmaster Naval in his personal chat. Timer, please let me know when 30 seconds are done.
30 seconds are done.
Thank you, timer. Let us now listen to one more awesome speech from somebody who is very awesome. Hails from Rajasthan as a software designer and an engineer by education, recently joined Toastmasters, and is somebody who increases the sweetness quotient of our club, Toastmaster Suman. But before I can invite Toastmaster Suman on the stage, I would like to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Jayesh, to read out her speech objectives.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bilva. Toastmaster Suman is going to have the L1S2 speech. The purpose of this project is to present a speech on any topic. So Toastmaster Suman, she will give her second speech, which should cover recommendations from her first speech. The topic is new beginning, and the time will be 5 to 7 minutes. I wish you all the very best, Toastmaster Suman. Over to you, Toastmaster Bilva.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayesh. Toastmaster Suman, may your speech be a very good elevation of yourself. Toastmaster Suman, new beginnings, Toastmaster Suman. Over to you.
A new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, let me ask you a question. What comes to your mind when you listen to the word new? Anyone?
Enthusiasm, energy.
Yes. And when you add the word with an event or anything, like for our generation, it would be a new reel or new post on Instagram, you can feel the enthusiasm and happiness, joy of it.
Excitement.
Excitement, yeah, correct. So when we talk, yes, true. So when we talk about new beginnings, there are two things which come to your mind. One, it gives you hope. Another one, it gives you belief. Because we don't always get to choose a new beginning. New beginnings can be beautiful and it can be devastating. New beginnings barge into your front door with a beautiful promise of second chance, new potential, and unexpected opportunities. And it can also come with heartbreak, worry, anxiety. I'm sure everyone would have made New Year resolution this year. And many of you would have been working on your New Year resolution. Let me talk about myself. I created a very long list of New Year resolutions, carry forwarded resolutions from my last few years without any lapse. I started to focus on two resolutions of mine. One, I started to go for dance class as it is my passion, which I was not able to follow for a very long time. Second, I joined Toastmasters to improve my communication and leadership skills. At the starting of both the journeys, I had a lot of questions in my mind, like what kind of people I'll be meeting, what would they think about me, what if they will judge on my current skills. I struggled a lot with such kind of thoughts. But after a few days, I realized we are not here because we are good dancers or good public speakers. We all are here to improve our skills and we support each other in their journey. In my dance class, I learned dancing with a bunch of kids from school and colleges. It is not a piece of cake to match up their energy. But with time, I have improved a lot in my dancing. In Toastmaster, talking in public is not easy. There are a lot of differences when we talk one-to-one and one-to-many. I still remember my first day when I came here as a guest and I couldn't able to speak on my table topic for 1 minute. But joining meetings and taking up roles have improved me a lot. when you see in dancing and public speaking, there are a lot of things in common. They both require connection, presence, body language, and many more. Recently, I have started to work on one more resolution of mine, which is reading books. I used to back burner the thought whenever the reading books used to come to my mind. But inspired by many Toastmasters over here, I have started reading books now. I can feel the magic of books on me. Books have made me feel alive and kicking. Let's talk about unplanned beginning. It can bring lot of anxiety and make things difficult to handle. Let's say Corona pandemic. It is an unwanted change we all are facing in our life, but we all are trying our best to live in this new normal. Even when you are the one who gets fired from a job, when you are going through a heartbreak, and even you are moving to a different city, it is normal to feel little out of control. But remember that you have everything to begin. You have you. No matter wherever you go, what you have, what you don't have. What can never be taken away from you is what you are becoming. Trust that this inevitable changes can be incredibly exciting. Endings can be scary, but it opens the door to a new beginning, a fresh start, which offers us a beautiful chance of testing, growing, and challenging ourselves. And it can also lead to somewhere great or even to our dreams. With this, I'm not coming to an end. I'm moving towards my new beginning. Over to you, Toastmaster Bilva.
Bravo! Wonderful speech.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful speech. Ladies and gentlemen, 30 seconds to all of you to give your feedback to Toastmaster Suman in her personal chat window.
Seconds are there.
Thank you, Toastmaster Keval. What an exhilarating session. Now let's get alive and kicking for the third speaker of the day. The third speaker of the day is somebody who hails from Orissa, who's working with ONGC and is really learning the tricks of the trade in terms of Toastmasters wonderfully well. She believes in being professionally passionate and professionally passionate, I don't know, but a wonderful human being and an excellent speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, the third speaker of the day, I present to you Toastmaster Priyanka. Now, before I can call her up on stage and give hand over the dais, I would like to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Amit.
Hi, Toastmaster Bilva. Thank you for sharing the stage. Priyanka is attempting her level 2 speech 1 in the innovative planning pathway, and the objectives of the speech are as follows. The purpose of the project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style or styles. The purpose of her speech would be for the member to share some aspects of her primary leadership style and discuss the leadership styles in general. The speech title is Do Eagles Aspire What the Bats Have? Time for her speech is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish her all the very best. Over to you, Toastmaster Bilva.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit. Toastmaster Priyanka, do eagles aspire what the bats have? Do eagles aspire what the bats have? Toastmaster Priyanka, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bilva, for your introduction, and thank you, Toastmaster Amit, for your wishes. Now, do you think that eagles are symbolic of the 21st century leadership? The praying birds, the powerful praying birds with their sharpened eyesight, with their hooked beaks and their powerful talons. Do you think that power is the causal trait for leadership? Mr. Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters, and all my friends, a very good afternoon to one and all. You know, when unraveling these questions, we need to unravel history and the historical narrative. So we go back to the first book that was written on politics by the father of political science, Niccolo Machiavelli. The book is called The Prince. It explains maxims of leadership for kings back then, which got modified to the modern age leadership. Now, those maxims bear very close resemblance to all that the eagle stands for. Some of those maxims are, if you cannot be loved and feared both by your subject, then you better be feared by your subject. Another one was that if you cannot achieve your means or your ends by moral means, you can resort to unscrupulous means, but you have to maintain your reputation. Manipulation, power, dominating leadership is what Eagle stands for and is what Niccolo Machiavelli also supported. But let us look at practical leadership in the past few centuries. If we pick up people who have claimed an era in the history of mankind, you'll see that they think, act, and communicate in the exact same manner. And this is that. You know, most companies and people know what they are doing. Some of them know how they are doing it or what is the differentiating value that they bring. But very few of them understand why they're doing it. And by why, I do not mean the profit that they're making or the promotion that they'll get. By why, I mean the principal underlying belief, the one that holds their faith, the one that holds their faith. So most people think, act, and communicate in an outside-in manner because it is the easiest form of communication. But the difficult and more impactful way of communicating is inside out. Imagine Martin Luther King starting his speech by saying, I have a plan, instead of saying, I have a dream. Imagine Marie Kondo, the Japanese expert of tidying up, saying that you have to utilize your organizational skills according to the utility of the subject, instead of the joy that those possessions bring. This shows that people never buy what you sell them. People buy why you sell them. People buy to your beliefs because they can bear allegiance to your beliefs. That is where trust and loyalty comes from. So in my ideal little bubble of my ideal world, leadership means to lead by example. If I want my team to execute my vision, I will help my team to understand what their vision is, what the individual people need in their lives, and elevate them to work towards it. If I need my team to own the responsibility of their work and their mistakes, I will be responsible for my work and mistakes by being vulnerable. This shows, this portrays the humility and honesty that you bring to a relationship, to one-on-one interpersonal relationship. This gives you that cradle of trust for constructive criticism, for boldness, and for innovation to flourish. And in a world which idolizes egos as the form of leadership trait or as the idol of leadership, I personally idolize the bat more, who lives in caves unseen by the human world, but still manages to pollinate 700 species of plants in a year. And although the burden of causing the pandemic falls on the shoulders of the bat, let us not forget that the pandemic has exposed the shortcomings of dominating leadership and exposed the superiority of courageous leadership which vulnerability can bring about. And while the pandemic has revolutionized the way we see our world, more and more employers are getting closer to their employees' needs and reinstating newer air to breathe in their workplace culture. And by air, I mean agility, innovation, and resilience. Three important skills you need in a workplace to flourish in today's world. As the VP Performance Accelerator of the Marcus Buckingham Company, Amy Leshke-Karl says, I see you for all you are, and I see you for the best you are. And you know, this appeals to a very important purpose of what combines us as humanity. It appeals to the purpose of existence for humankind. And in the age where altruism is taking over as the new age leadership funda, don't you think that the eagles should aspire for what the bats already have? Over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bilva.
Mind blowing, mind blowing. What a fascinating speech. Toastmaster Priyanka, I must say, I loved the line, people don't buy the product, people buy the reason why you want to sell them. And this is exactly why I always buy food. Ladies and gentlemen, 30 seconds to all of you to give your personal feedback to Toastmaster Priyanka in her personal window.
Should we go ahead with the votes?
Yeah, so timer, I have all the speakers qualified on time.
Yes.
Okay, so I would request Toastmaster Jayesh to launch the poll. We have 3 speakers.
Yeah. Yeah, so Toastmaster Naval, Toastmaster Suman, and Toastmaster Priyanka. I require 6 more votes, please. Thank you very much. I'm ending the poll. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us all kick boredom on the back burner because it's time for the energy. It's time for adrenaline. It's time for some excitement because I am going to invite somebody
who's to bring all of this into your lives. It's time for table topics, and I would like to introduce the table topic master, who is an engineer and has recently joined Heritage City Toastmasters Club. And today he is taking the role of table topic master for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Vandan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bilva, for introduction. Good afternoon, everyone, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to one of the most exciting session of today's meeting, that is table topic sessions. I bet everyone has the feeling of tingling in the stomach when you are asked to speak or give opinion about something. It's so frightening, but we can improve it with a practice. And this platform gives you a chance to practice. So it's it is to note that the guest can also participate. So here are some rules. You have to speak between 1 minute and 2 minute 30 seconds, or you will be disqualified. At 1 minute, you will be given green card. At 1.5 minutes, you will be given yellow card. And at the 2 minutes, you will be given red card. But fret not. This is quite frightening, but here are some techniques that you can implement. This is the prep technique. So P stands for point, state your point. So if I'm being asked to give a speech or a table topics on a winter, then I will say, I don't like winter. Then R, give your reason. Because it is cold in winter. Then you can state your example, like my nose is chalked up in winter, and then restate your point. That's why I don't like winter. So you can use this prep technique in answering the table topics. So here is the theme for today's table topic session, HR interview. It's quite a feeling of excitement and nervousness when you give an interview, because it is a deciding factor whether you will get a job or not. They test your quick wittedness, but the most importantly, they test how impact you make in the interview. So I will like to invite any volunteer to take up.
Even the guests can participate.
Yeah, so it would be great if we take guests first.
Anyone?
Hello.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Parul.
Okay, Toastmaster Parul. Please select from these numbers.
First.
Sorry, I didn't get.
First.
First. Describe a time when you disagreed with a team member. How did you resolve the problem? Toastmaster Parul, describe a time when you are disagree with a team member, and how did you resolve the problem?
Okay, so good afternoon, I'm present here. Describe a time when I could oppose same member or the manager. I think it happens in being in a project manager or product owner. I think it happens many a time. But the technique which I use it, we have to first convince with them. Yes, you're right. I agree. And gradually we can move it to the opposition that but then according to my view I think this would be the better way, and that's how I can oppose my team member or disagree with them.
I think that's it. But then, see, this is how I used to talk with manager also and with my team member also, because at the end, as I heard somewhere in the speech that people will not remember with whom we are working, but then how we make them feel, or what is the what is the good feeling that we are giving, they will remember. So at the end, I think I would like to give some quality, or as I would also mention that see team, we are working for organizations and we have some defined goals, and we have to agree with uh, a, a point where it actually help us to achieve the team goal. So I will also try to mention that and will try to make them agree that this your point is currently not kind of suitable with the things that we are discussing. I think your point is valid, but then according to the goals, I think we should move it with the thing, the other point, and we can also take a view of other team members also. That's how I will try to disagree with that. Thank you.
Great team, Parul. You said that you should talk it in a manner that it is quite professional, and you should make your point that you disagree with them. It's great. So next, I think guest Jigna wants to go. Guest Jigna.
I did opt for it, but yeah, if you say so.
Okay. You have to select from these numbers.
Yeah, after selecting, can I have 30 seconds to think over whatever topic I get?
This is a impromptu speaking, so
Number 7.
what is the happiest moment of your life? TM Jigna, what is the happiest moment of your life?
So this is related to personal or professional?
You can speak on anything.
All right. There were many happiest moments. One of them was when I became mother, and when I had my son in my arms, and that was the most happiest moment. And so I think that's it. And how does that relate to HR interview topic? I didn't understand that.
No, they want to test how quick-wittedness you are. So
Yeah,
how
so
can you?
Yeah, so I was reborn as a person when I became the mother, because as an individual, I was quite impulsive, impatient, and sometimes selfish. But when you're born as a mother, your priorities in life change, your thought process changes. Even small things, the way you pack your bag, you don't pack a single item of yours, you pack every item of your child. So then you start seeing things differently. So that moment onwards, things start changing everywhere in my life, my perspective, my ways of talking, my ways of dealing things. So I think that is the happiest and turning moment of my life.
So it's great, TM Jigna. The happiest moment of your life is when you became mother.
Thank you.
Next is guest Vishal, I think, right? Guest Vishal. Will you go?
Yeah, sure, I will try. Because I have never done any HR interview, but still I will try. No issues.
Okay. You have to select from these numbers.
Number 6.
What is the funniest thing that happened to you recently? Guest Vishal, what is the funniest thing that happened to you recently?
Funniest thing which happens to me very recently. It was, you see, very funny. I don't say it may be funny or not, but I was preparing for my mountaineering trek, which was scheduled in the month of May. And we were preparing, me, myself, and my wife and my son all were supposed to go. Eventually, we have to cancel it. But once we start preparing it, started doing some exercises. And when we started doing some exercises, we did some exercises for the knees, for the back, for we have to, we have to speed up our the walk so that we can cross certain miles into a certain time profile. So it was when we started doing all these things, I realized that I really need some improvement in my physical strength, in fact. And I started doing some more exercise. And what funniest thing happens that in the eagerness to do more exercise, I had a knee injury. So I never thought it will go like that, but it was a learning side and funniest thing in my life in present situation.
Okay, you are doing exercise and you had a knee injury.
Yeah.
So that was quite funny. Okay, then TM Priyanka, I think, wants to go.
Sure, I can go. What are the numbers? Are there any numbers or how are you giving the topic? These are the numbers that are left. Fifth.
If you had a choice between two superpowers, being invisible or flying, which would you choose, TM Priyanka?
Which between invisible and between flying?
Yes.
I'm sure I'd not be able to fly faster than a plane, so I'll choose invisible. And there's one more reason of choosing invisibility. It's because and this is a very controversial thing to say in a Toastmasters meeting, but I don't appreciate being in social situations. I appreciate being alone like a bat, which is why I would choose invisibility. It is, I can do anything I want, obviously not unscrupulous things, but I can do anything I want without being questioned, without being judged, which gives me the mental space to pursue things that I want. So invisibility would be my go-to power, superpower. Plus, I have this very vivid memory from my childhood where I wanted to be Harry Potter and he had the invisibility cloak. So that would be a dream come true to become invisible, even for a day or even for a minute, let's say. It would be a dream. It would be paradise. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Okay,
Vandan.
you want to become invisible.
Yes.
And that's come from your memory of Harry Potter.
Yeah, several things.
Okay, it's great. TM V Santanam wants to go, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You have to select from these numbers.
Number 8.
What are your strengths and weaknesses? TM V Santanam, what are your strengths and weaknesses?
See, my strength is that I started with a technical job and landed in software, and then again I want to now administration. Now, so I have 3 field experience: core engineering knowledge, and then I jumped into software development, and then I jumped into administration now. And weakness is that, as such, quite frankly, I don't feel that I have some weakness, so we cannot go like that. Due to my confidence only, I am jumping here and there. I may be having literally some particular weakness. Maybe I don't have that. Always I am very happy with what I am having. That is the main reason that I am going up and up everywhere. I am not struggling, or I am not having feeling that I have this weakness, so we should not do like that. So maybe I may not able to continue further. So I may stand even for example, communication skill, I don't have like that. I never think. In fact, I am supposed to give a lecture and presentation in front of a big audience to get more admissions. Without having much knowledge, I used to go there, I start addressing. 1 or 2 meeting only. Initially, I got struggle. Later on, I could able to manage. So that way, I am coming into this position now. So this is what. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Santanam. Uh, we are on short of time. I hope you have enjoyed this session. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Excellent session, Toastmaster Vandan. Wonderful table topics. So now I would like to ask the timer, have all the speakers qualified on time?
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to request Toastmaster Jayesh to launch the polls. Please vote everyone ASAP.
I still require 4 more votes. Please kindly vote, guys. Okay. I'm ending the poll. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bilva.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time for yes, a very special part of our meeting. And in order to conduct this very special part of meeting, I would like to invite someone who has developed a newfound love for Gita. Or is it a case that his love was old? I think he's already married to a Gita. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the legendary Toastmaster who has won more than 40 awards in Toastmasters and is a very dear buddy of mine, Toastmaster Amit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bilva. That was huge as an introduction. Thank you so much for your kind words. But this session is not about brief to you. We've been doing a lot of things at Toastmasters, but can we be better at it by just projecting ourselves in a better way? I don't know. I'm not the expert, but who is an expert? Let me ask her to please come on the virtual stage and share us with a lot of examples. How can we do that? Introducing Toastmaster Rashi. Now, Rashi has been an image consultant, lifestyle coach, life coach, a beautiful girl. That's very important. And that's why, I've called her. So please put your hands together as we welcome the charismatic Toastmaster Rashi as the image consultant and panelist for today.
Thank you so much, Amit. And that's the reason people call you legendary, because you make every small thing sound so huge. And I'm really grateful to be at CTC. It's always a fun to be at CTC. And thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you so much, Rashi. We are delighted to have you. So Toastmasters, what this session is going to be, we'll talk about through the session, but we are also open for your questions in between as well. So whenever you have a question, just ping me or Rashi, and we can probably have those questions answered during the conversation. All right. So Rashi, a lot of rapid fires in my head. Let me share one by one. I don't know what is image consultant. I don't know what is image consultancy. I don't know how to better my image. Can you please help me? What is image consultant and what does they do?
Sure. Amit, before I answer that what is image consulting, let me first ask all of you that what do you think is image consulting? Because once that I will know what do you think, I will be in a better position to have my definition of things. So can we have it on the chat for everybody, that what is image consulting and what do they understand? It's the first impression Parul is telling us. What else?
Anybody else? Please type in, or you can unmute.
It's the first impression. That's true. But what else is image consulting? Is image consulting only the first impression and after that it fades away? It's how others look at you. True. How others look at you. Right. What else are we having? Let me just check.
Outer look or aura. They say outer look or aura.
Building good image. It is how we look into others' eyes, outer look or aura. Okay.
I think presenting yourself in a, having the body language which goes along with your motivations or inspiration.
Okay. Okay. So it's body language that people are talking about. Fine. Fine. Great. So we are having a lot of things about image consulting, and I'm very happy with the definition. There's dressing and carrying yourself to suit your role. Yes, that was really that I resonate with, and this was from Jigna. Yes, Jigna, I think you are getting it where I would lead you to. So yes, definitely. This is about image consulting that you all have shared it with me, but the definition that I have discovered or I have grown up to is image consulting is the art and science of exploring one's strength and weaknesses and projecting it outside through your appearance, through your body language, through your communication style, through your etiquette and grooming. Now, why Toastmasters? So I have one more question to bounce off. Why do we join Toastmasters in the first hand? Why do you guys have joined in Toastmasters? And I want the answers from Toastmasters here who are present. Why are we joining Toastmasters? We are waiting for the answers.
I saw a wonderful public speaker there. When I joined into Bayback in 2010, and I was like awed by him. My God, this is how people speak. I want to be one of them. That's how I joined.
Right. So public speaking, the fire to move, to gain confidence in presentation. Okay.
I joined Toastmasters because I love public speaking.
So they love public speaking. Okay, great. To improve our communication skills. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, to get to the next level of communication skill. Yes, you get to the next level. To remove stage fear, very important and very intricate. To remove the stage fear.
Reflection about our thoughts.
Parul, is that deflection of your thoughts? That is what you said?
Reflection.
Reflection.
Okay. Reflection of your thoughts.
It gives the clarity.
It gives you a clarity. Yes, definitely. So yes, a lot of answers here are aiming towards that they want to learn public speaking, that they want to have a clarity of thoughts to gain more confidence. But if we dive deep into it, then we will understand that we have joined Toastmasters just because we want to dazzle in our professional life, in our personal life. Do I make sense here?
Yes, 100%.
Now, to increase your charisma, to increase your confidence, and to increase your character in the roles and goals that you play day in and day out, we all need to capitulate. And this capitulate here is image consulting. Why do I say so? Just try to understand things. And this specific thing that I'm going to talk about, I want all of you to listen to this very carefully. So how we see ourselves, which is what is our self-image, is how we are going to dress and groom ourselves. Agree here? So if we are going to groom ourselves in a confident manner, if we are going to dress productive, if we are going to dress confidently, this is how we are going to act. This is how we are going to be in action. This is how we are going to behave. And on the basis of how we act and behave and put ourselves out there, if we are going to put ourselves productively, confidently, creatively, responsibly, what do you think? Are people going to react and respond you in the same manner? Yes. And how people are going to react and respond to you will again go back to your self-image, and it's only going to increase your self-image. So that is a circle out there. And I will not call it as a vicious circle. It's a circle out there that keeps on going round and round and round. And if we look at Toastmasters, the tagline itself says, where leaders are made. Now this word made is an action word, which means you have to be mindful about the things that you have to your disposal. And I think it makes a lot of sense. See, anyway, we are going to wear clothes. Anyway, we are going to be in a conversation, we are going to communicate, and anyways, we are going to move our body. So why not to do it in a manner that is going to have a positive difference in your life? Because this is why we are in Toastmasters, isn't
Right.
it?
Thank you so much, Rashi, for sharing that input. Rashi, now we are amidst a pandemic, and what we are now probably carrying ourselves is not the physical image, but a virtual image, an image which is not exactly virtual, but people are seeing on a virtual screen. So therefore, an online image, we call it. How do we carry our online image in a way probably we wanted to carry an offline image? How much is that important? Can you answer that?
Sure, and this is a very apt question, Amit, because today the world has gone online. It's not that we are not communicating. We are communicating even more because we are doing daily meetings. We are meeting people around the world. Only the way we are doing it has changed for all of us. Now, with image consulting, we say that it's the first 7 seconds of interactions. Yes, so image consulting, we say that it's the initial 7 seconds of conversation or with meeting someone that we just judge someone. And I don't know about others, but I was always in this grin, and I was always thinking about it, that why people need to be so judgmental. Why do they need to judge so much and everyone around? But then we need to understand human behavior, and the human behavior lies back to the primitive times when it was that we were living in the Stone Age. And this is the survival technique that we have developed, that we need to judge people. We need to find out whether a person is a friend or is a foe. And we prefer to have this connection in that first 7 seconds. Now, when it comes to online, a lot of things have not changed. The game is still the same. But what we can do here is we can project our image in such a manner, and we have got our own modalities, right, that we can do in place. For example, a few tips if I can give you very handy. I know this is going to, I mean, you are going to love me or hate me for this, but then let's have it. And the first tip that I have for you is wear your pants. I know the world is screaming out there that you don't have to worry what you wear down there, be in your PJs and be in your shorts. But let me tell you guys, to be in that right mindset, you need to be wearing your pants, and also to just, you don't want to be potentially embarrassed in any situation, right?
I
So
agree
wear
to
your
that,
pants,
Rashi.
be in that full mindset.
Right. I think, Rashi, wonderful point there, because you said the image which we want to project, and there it is the image which others want to see, because we want others to behave in a way which we want, and therefore we have to wear our pants, right? Is that so, or is there something else that I'm missing?
See, definitely what I want to say is you are right, Amit, that we need to be in that right mindset, and that to be in that mindset, we need to feel and act and behave in a certain manner. And when will that happen? When we are totally confident of ourselves. Because you might have experienced, you dress loudly, you are not in your elements that day, and you dress up something, you are wearing your suits, you are having your tie on point, and your shirt is crisp, and you're feeling so wonderful about yourself. And the moment you feel wonderful about yourself, the world around seems just changing. It's just that Cinderella effect that we all know, right? So that happens and it changes life.
Right. Thanks, Rashi. So yes, I have a lot of questions coming in the chat, and they are all saying, are there any particular techniques to have an image consulting, and probably they can overhaul their complete image in this brief conversation. I know the answer you shared with me, but you share it for them.
Now changing or overhauling an image is like a big process. As it was earlier also pointed in chat that it's the first impression, I would say it's not only the first impression. Image consulting is an ongoing process, and it is a practice that you need to have. It's a modern day skill, guys. You need to learn image consulting so that you save your rainy days, so that you put yourself into practice, and so that you have your best and better version out there in the world. Now, the simple things, and there are very practical things that I can talk about, which are very generic in form. This is how we will go initially. I am going to talk very generic, and then if it is any particular question or if there's any very specific thing to answer it out, you can be as specific as you want so that I can give you specific solutions to those things. Now, first thing is looks matter. Now, what do I mean to say by this is, I just want to say that whenever that you are attending any virtual meeting or you are in a world on Zoom or such apps, you need to see where your hair is going, where is your nail, is your skin, nail, hair taken care of, is your dress tidy, neat, crisp. The facial hair of men is something that needs to be groomed on a regular basis so that you have impression on that big day. Also, the colors that you are wearing. Now, every color has its own emotion. So you just need to find out what emotions are you looking for. And then you can pick that and have your image projected in that emotion or in that, in that characteristics that you want for your role and goal for that day. Also, what I would suggest is practice active listening. Practice active listening even if you are on screen, even if you are on Zoom, because active listening is just about being empathetic about other person, being a real person. So just listen to that other person, not only to talk bad, but just to understand. Take a few breaths and center yourself. Have a gaze, even if it is a virtual meeting. Show your hands. Show your hands. Wave little, because you cannot shake hands anyway, right? So wave a little, have your brow lift. That will set the intentions right there. And that will create a rapport that you are really looking for, because connecting on virtual meetings become little difficult.
Right. Thank you so much, Rashi. The questions are pouring in, and I also have some questions. The question, of course, we want to share is that with the theme of the meeting, how can we as Toastmasters be more effective? And how can image consulting be better? So let's take a few examples of, let's say, the members of the club, okay? The members of the club also needs to have a kind of an image amongst themselves and probably for the other people or the guests as well. Any tips for members of Toastmasters, Heritage City Toastmasters per se, that they would like to have, maintain, or change for their benefit, or have some work done more effectively? I'm just putting a random thought, and probably if you can help me out with this.
Sure. So there's a small exercise that I want all of you to do it. So just give me a thumbs up or let me know if you are ready with it. I just want you to have a pen and a paper right now, and we are going to do this exercise. Great. Okay. And here we begin. Is all of you Is everyone ready? Yes, of all that I can see, everyone is ready here. Fine. So just listen to this and write what I want you to write it down. If I had to describe my image in one word today, I would say people see me as, and put that word that you think people see you as. I repeat, if I had to describe my image today in one word, I would say people see me as, and put that one word there.
Is it what actually people see me as, or is it what I would like people to see me as?
No, it is what people see you as.
Okay, as the feedback which has been given. Okay.
What people see you as today, Priyanka. Okay, is everybody done with that? Okay, fine. And now, just below that word, you need to write, if I had to describe my ideal image, if I had to describe my ideal image as a Toastmaster, or if you are holding any position with the EC currently, with that role in, I would want people to see me as, and put that word there. How do you want people to see you as? Is everybody done? Yes. Now, do we have two words in hand? The one above and the one below. Okay. You need not tell me these words, but then, my dear, the distance and the difference between these two words is your journey in Toastmasters.
My small question, Rashi, I'm sorry interrupting you. The first one, because it was how people see me in Toastmasters or in general, because what I wrote was in general. So, and while this is not too far away, it's just that when you are a Toastmaster, you're performing a role. So therefore, how people, the first one should either be how people see me at Toastmasters. Should I say this, or in general?
See, Amit, if today's session is about Toastmasters and it is going to ring about Toastmasters, then let's only talk about Toastmasters. But you can just extrapolate it in your other, other scenes and other life situations as well. Okay, so you have two words, how people see you in Toastmasters and how you would want them to see you. Right now, the distance and the difference between these two words is your journey in Toastmasters, as I said, and you just need that right mindset, right behavior, and right habits to bridge this gap.
Pretty interesting. I was nervous, Rashi, when I was writing the first word and the second word. So I'm sure probably other people would be feeling that nervous. And if you are, that means we are on the right path, and probably we are trying to improve. That was a wonderful exercise, Rashi. Please continue.
Okay. So let us talk more about it, because now we are just talking specifically about image consulting and how it can help Toastmasters. So I talked about the 4 concepts, which is the appearance, which is your behavior or body language, the communication, and etiquette and grooming. So let me first talk about appearance. Now, when it comes to Toastmasters, we have something like this. So this is a style scale. Okay. Herein you have your field, your job fields, your career or your professional fields. And then we have expected traits that we have written, and also the recommended dress. Now, I don't have time and you don't have the patience to go through all of this, but then just to give you a gist of it, the more authority that you want, that means you need to layer yourself up. You need to have a third layer where whether it can be a scarf that I'm wearing today, whether it can be, it just can be a blazer, it can be a sports blazer, it can be a coatee. You all remember, you know, the day that it's a speech contest or it's that EC thing and everybody comes in their suits and in that crisp dresses. Why? Because it exudes that authority. It exudes that I am organizing things. So that puts you a place apart. Now, same as with the colors. The darker are the colors, the more authoritative or the more administrative that you look. Whereas the lighter colors or some colors which are around the color white, they are more of you know, they are more casual in nature, or they are more soft and calm in their emotions. So this is about the appearance. I've talked about colors and little about how your dresses can be. If you are wearing an extra layer, it means you are moving up. If you are more on a t-shirt or something, it means you are casual. Now, there's something about the texture of your clothing. There's a color of your clothing. There's a line of your clothing, shape of your clothes. Now, these are something which can be a session in itself, and I'm not taking them in details, but it just to give you an idea that what are things that we image consultants deal with when it comes to consulting someone. And also now the body language. So body language is a huge thing. Your body is giving the signals away, whether you want it, whether you don't want it, it's just there. So what you can do is with your body language, have a show of hands. Okay, have a show of hands so that people see you as a credible person. The one who hide their hand, they're always suspectable. So have a show of your hands. Use your gestures, like the gesture of this. This looks like as if I'm holding a ball. And the moment I want to speak something significant, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drop this ball. And that will get your instant attention. So whatever frame that you have, even in the virtual meeting, don't fidget. That means you all understand what fidgeting is. Don't, you know, just scratch your head or put your hands here and there, or just let them go haywire. Have a show of hands. Look at your hands. What are they projecting? Try to communicate more. Have your hands working for you, but make sure they are not doing a washing machine for you. That means they're going round and round and round and round while you are searching for that right letter inside your head, right letter or word inside your head. So don't do that. And also, you know, when it comes to communication, you need to have a great vocal variety. You need to speak from your diaphragm. So what you need to do is you just put your hand in the stomach and have a nice breath so that your diaphragm is expanded. Now use this air to speak. This will give you that powerful voice. Okay, so this is about the appearance, the body language. There's so much more, but as I can see a yellow card and then a red card, so I'm just cutting myself down there. And yes, so there are etiquettes also. Let me just put two or three of them so that I feel that I've given some value. You need to mute your phone when you need to silence down your phone when you are in any meeting. You need to mute yourself when you are not speaking. Don't get too casual. I know to get casual in a virtual meeting, the temptation is so huge, but then try to understand that people are always watching you and they can always watch you. Even, I mean, yes, if your cameras are on, so people can always watch you. So don't eat in front of the camera if you are in a meeting. Don't chip your nails when you are in the meeting. Be friendly with people. Don't use harsh words. Have your magic words of mannerism. Check for the distractions around. Even when you speak, you don't want to distract other people when you are speaking. And yes, This is what I can think of as etiquettes right now.
Thank you so much, Rashi, for this. Etiquettes, communication, body language, your appearance, your what you wear, each of these things were very relevant and important, and I clearly see the value that an image consultant were bringing, or just trying to bridge the gap, as you say, how people see me and how would like I my own self to be seen. If that we can bridge that gap, it would be great. So that is for me as a takeaway. But there are a lot of people who want to ask questions. I've put in some chat, but now I would like to give the opportunity to them to unmute themselves and ask the question directly to Rashi.
Sure.
Please, guys, unmute. I see a lot of questions. Please do that.
Yeah, I have a question, Toastmaster Rashi.
Sure.
The question is that you talked about various things like active listening and appearance and many other stuff, but just wanted to ask you, if a person wants to pursue or wants to go ahead with or wants to become an image consultant, are there any courses available? And if they are, do let us know if perfect course is available online, or how can we pursue that?
Jayesh, who are you asking this for? If I can just ask you this.
This is actually for everyone, and especially for me, because a person like me who actually wants to communicate and have a good image of others and myself. So I also think of myself being there someday.
Great. So yes, you can be an image consultant. Anybody can be an image consultant who's passionate about it. I can tell you where I have done image consulting from, and this is from Image Consulting Business Institute. This is the largest image consulting, institute in India, and we have this branch in Navrangpura, and they're still there. They have their online classes, wherein you can go and you can enroll in for the course and pursue it, and have your passion coming up as a profession. Great.
Fantastic. Thank you. Please.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Rashi. Anybody else who has a question, please shoot. I saw Parul having a question. Also, I had Priyanka also having a, yes, Priyanka. Who is it? Who is he?
Parul.
Yes, Parul, please.
So, Rasi, one question. I think very informative session, and we enjoyed and good takeaway so far. One thing I would like to ask is that that there is a breach between how people see us and how we want them to see it. But I mean, at times only, I think appearance will not help. I guess if you are not having a proper confidence, or your self belief is not there. So, I mean, somewhere I heard that talking in front of mirror also helps to build up your self belief, and also to build up your inside image. What do you think on that?
That's a great question. Parul, right?
Yes.
Yes. Parul, be in this conversation that I'm going to have with you. And I truly resonate with it, because I am just like you. Okay. And this was the first thing that came to my mind, and what I did. And I want you to do the same thing. Are you ready there?
Yeah,
okay?
Sure.
Okay. Parul, do one thing. You said self-talk helps. I am with you. Self-talk helps, and they help immensely. So what I want you to do is stand in front of the mirror, just casually, first thing in the morning. Okay, I give you the leverage of doing your brushing your teeth, and then stand in front of the mirror and do the self-talk. Okay, done that?
Yeah.
Great. Now I want you to dress up. I want you to wear the clothes that you feel most attractive about when you wear them. I want you to have that right makeup. Okay? And I want you to stand in front of the same mirror confidently, which means your shoulders are your width apart. You're having that perfect stance. Look yourself into the eye and do a self-talk. Tell me the difference.
Yes, I can. I understand.
Do this and tell me.
Yeah, I
Okay?
understand. I got your
And
point.
this is for all of you. This is for all of you, and this is for me as well, because I have struggled on this. And that is why I have an answer today. Image consulting is not a thing ki bas lipa poti kar di and you are out there. Okay? If it would have been something like that, I would never be an image consultant, because I believe so much for inside. I believe the mindset. I am talking about the behavior and the actions, and they cannot come if you don't have those values inside you, right? But image consulting is a part of self-love. Image consulting is actually a part of law of attraction. Okay, so we live as if we are that person. We don't live faking what we are not. This is what mantra for me when it comes to image consulting. Image consulting helps you to live as if you are that person, which you are inside. Image consulting doesn't help you to fake who you are not, because believe me, you cannot. People are really sharp out there. You cannot fake out with them.
Right.
I hope that helps, Parul.
Yes, yes, definitely. But one more question, Razi, if I can.
Please, please.
You know, that's correct, and I really agree with that. But you know what happens at times with everyone, or might be some of the people, like when you're front of mirror, or when you are with yourself, the things will be different. And when the surrounding people, you know, could be office, could be friends, could be family, you might you might carry different image, and sometimes the vibration might also disturb you. So how will we, you know, will be dealing with that?
Okay, so the answer to this can be, Parul, you need to create your own bubble. Okay, cultivate that bubble around yourself. Be in such a frequency, give energy to things, give energy to yourself, be in that bubble around you that nobody's energy can disrupt your own. Okay, and this comes with a practice. It will come with a practice if you are mindful about it.
Yeah, understood.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Parul.
much.
Thank you, Rashi. Rashi, we are slightly short on time, and as expected, it is so exciting that people are bubbling with questions. I see some wonderful questions of Priyanka, Keval, and other people on my personal chat. I request each one of them, if they want to ask Rashi some of these questions, probably they can stick after the meeting once we are also done with the evaluation section. And probably if Rashi is around, or they can also contact Rashi in person. That's when we will probably be able to solve all our doubts. Thank you so much, Rashi, for being with us. Let's give it for Toastmaster Rashi.
Well done. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rashi.
Well done. Thank you
so much, Toastmaster Rashi. That was a wonderful session.
Thank you. I'm happy I can give some value. Thank you so much.
Great.
Thank you.
Sure, you did.
Right then. So let's bridge the gap, guys, from where you see yourself and where you want to see by the others. Time to hand it over back to the vibrant Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bilva. Over to you.
Oh, that's because you called me vibrant. I was trying to vibrate. Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi, so much for such an insightful session. It was truly wonderful having you over here. Now let us start. While I should call it as breakfast, but it is not time for breakfast right now. So what the hell? Why don't we call it as the time for supper of champions? Let us start with the evaluation sections. Let me call upon the general evaluator, the person with the power of vision. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Vikash.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bilva, Toastmaster of the day. It's again the time which we wait, that is called Breakfast of Champions. So let's start with evaluations. And before we begin the evaluation of role players, would like to start with evaluation of speeches. We had 3 speeches today, each by Toastmaster Naval, Toastmaster Priyanka, and Toastmaster Suman. So I would like to start with Toastmaster Naval's evaluation first. And for that, I would like to call someone who is a very enthusiastic Toastmaster. He is one of our founding member and one of the backbone of HCTC. He is currently the area director of area A5 of Toastmaster, a owner of a company called Telexel, which deals into telecommunications, and a very, very great motivational speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome the evaluator of first speech by Toastmaster Naval, Toastmaster Khushal Lalwani. Toastmaster Khushal, over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Motivational speaker is such a fantastic term. I'd love to be one day. So congratulations, Toastmaster Naval. Such an inspiring story from an icebreaker. You really took me to the journey where I was starting in Toastmasters, and not just Toastmasters, in my career as well. As a perfect icebreaker, this is what one does. He or she represents herself or himself in front of the audience, the members of the club, which he is the member of, and introduces himself in a way that everyone knows not just what does he want to do or what does he want to be in life, but also what he has been in life. And you gave us a perfect story of yours, right from childhood up till now, the achievements which you have been to, places where you have been. Now we all know how Naval was in his childhood, where all he have been. We also know about your expeditions in Pune and Kolkata and right now in Ahmedabad. And this is how a perfect icebreaker speech should be. So kudos on that. One amazing thing which I liked is icebreaker speech, where we generally tell people that you are even allowed to use notes. At that point, you just didn't use notes. Instead, you use visual aids, which is quite a remarkable achievement. Many times, even I'm not comfortable with using visual aids, and you did it flawlessly. Kudos to you on that as well. What I could see is the confidence in your voice. You delivered your story so effortlessly that everyone now in the room is like knowing you like the back of their hand. It was that flawless. We got to know about your childhood. We got to know about your aspirations, your leadership traits when you were in a fleet and then you become the commander of that fleet. We also got some fantastic messages from your speech, which were, when you need help, reach out. When you want to be that commander of your fleet, ask someone. When you want to achieve something, work for it. The fantastic message which you gave is at the conclusion, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, it's all about participating and performing and giving out your 100%. Fantastically done, Naval. You have arrived in Toastmaster. I congratulate for your first speeches. You definitely need no expert guidance because you are on the way of being a great speaker. What I would, for your further speeches, try to focus on and challenge you a bit on your for further speeches would be, you've got an amazing voice, vocal variety. So I believe you can also work out fantastic on your gestures combined with your vocal variety. So for instance, you had one moment where you said you had goosebumps when you were the commander of that fleet. So you could rather say, I had literally goosebumps when I was given the opportunity. So try to be more loud in your gestures, and that would add value in your speech. All through your speech, you are alive and kicking, and what I could all see is the flair in you for being an amazing speaker, because you have decided in your mind that I'm going to be a leader, I'm going to be a great speaker. So amazing confidence, great vocal variety, little work on gestures and loud expressions will still make it better. I look forward to more speeches from you. Congratulations, Naval. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Khushal. Now it's time to start with evaluation of second speech, which was given by Toastmaster Suman. The speech will be evaluated by someone who has done his schooling from a very big school called Indian School, Muscat. And then he moved to India for pursuing his Bachelor of Computer Science Engineering from Nirma University. Ladies and gentlemen, we have introduced him many times today. He is the president of our club. Put our hands together for the evaluation of second speech and the evaluator is Toastmaster Jayesh Kaushik. Over to you, Toastmaster Jayesh.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Vikash. New beginning. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. And today, Toastmaster Suman, you took that single step towards becoming a great speaker. The confidence that you started your speech was amazing. You started with a question, and that question helped you gain confidence in yourself. You had two things that you mentioned in your speech. One is hope, the four-letter word hope, and the next thing that you mentioned is bellyache. So hope that you really nicely explained was why we do hope is to add positivity in our life. Very nicely done. You added two resolutions that you had dance as one of your resolutions in starting your journey as a public speaker and join Toastmasters. Very good. The clarity in voice was great, a great content, and you presented that content in a very nice way. You have started reading new books. We came to know about that as well in this speech. You mentioned two or three things about communication, that how can we have connect, a good content, and many others. And do you know, Toastmaster Suman, you use the word of the day and the phrase of the day also in your speech. Very good. That shows how you were present in your speech. A few recommendations from my side would be avoid the voice modulation that I definitely look into a speaker. If you could have used, like you use a sentence, Corona pandemic, unseen change. If you could have used in a such a way that, do you know we are suffering from such an unseen change, Corona pandemic. I think that would be great. And the second thing was the gestures. If you could have added a few more gestures, like when you use the sentence, let us open our doors to a new beginning. So what you could have done is, let us open our doors to a new beginning. So it was very nicely done. The recommendations from the first speech and now implementing the feedbacks in your second speech was great. You were well prepared this time. You had your speech well prepared in advance. 2 weeks advance is very nicely done, Toastmaster Suman. I look forward to more speeches and seeing you out there giving speeches with a great smile on your face. Thank you very much. Looking forward to more speeches from you. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Vikash.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jayesh. Now it's time to start with evaluation of third speech. The speaker was Toastmaster Priyanka. And to evaluate that speech, I would like to call someone. Guys, you will be mesmerized. He is having so many or many number of accolades that many of us may not have attended that much number of meeting in Toastmasters. He is winner of recent division level contest of Toastmasters, and he is going to represent our club in international speech contest of District 98, that is eloquence. He is a sales and operations and profit and loss leader, worked with so many great corporates like DuPont, Vedanta, Flipkart, and last assignment was with Ola Ola, sell my car, cash my car, Ola Autos. So ladies and gentlemen, put our hands together to welcome the founder of our club as the evaluator of speech by Toastmaster Priyanka. Toastmaster Amit, over to you.
Given a chance, would you like to swap your life with the other's life? General Evaluator, my lovely audience, and Toastmaster Priyanka specifically. Priyanka, your speech was amazing, and I'm not just saying. I felt it, I mean it. Let's talk about these things in more depth. The first and the foremost, the usage of the words, your vocabulary, maxim, you use word of the day, and many other such words used all the time in your speech. Wonderful. Two, I just love the way you narrated and explained outside, inside, and then inside, outside communication. And then you shared an example of Martin Luther King saying, I have a plan. I have a dream. So there is substantiation of what as an hypothesis you shared. A wonderful way to explain. Point number 3, with this explanation and logic, you're always going to persuade the audience. So you had a persuasive speech, which again was a strength. I just love the way how you portrayed an image of bad, once bad, and once how we look at the vulnerability of ourselves and how we become leaders in this pandemic. Wonderful way to do it. And then the question, would the eagle like to have it? Would you have to take my life or somebody else? A question thus far. But if I have some things to improve upon in this speech, let me share that. The first one. Toastmaster Jayesh said and Bilva said the first 30 seconds. Toastmaster Rashi said first 7 seconds. And you, my dear friend, thanked the TMOD and the evaluator. At that point of time, you should have started with your speech with a bang and then said, after the opening line, say, Toastmaster of the day, evaluator and audience. That's how we thank it. Start with the bang. Point number 2. I remember nothing when you said the vice president of some organization at some designation, some name, which had a wonderful thing to share. Now that thing was good, but I still do not remember the designation or the organization. So probably we could have done away with not so needed words. Last recommendation from my side, because you had a wonderful, thoughtful speech, which had many things to chew about, the chewable messages. When these chewable messages become longer or more than 1, 2, or maybe 3, then I, with 1 GB RAM, tries to infer it and lose upon the next part of the speech. So overall, if I have to say, I have to summarize, I would say a wonderful vocabulary, and inside our communication, you had examples, persuasive speech, nice inferences. Just work upon the right opening. Don't use the unnecessary words, and you'll be good. Thank you, Priyanka.
Okay, done. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amit. So like a surgeon does surgery, he initially sprays the alcohol and then cuts it, and that does surgery, and then again puts everything back in the place and stitches it. That's how our stalwarts, our evaluators do surgery of speeches. So it's time to see who is the best surgeon out of 3. I would like to request Zoom Master to launch the poll for evaluator. Before that, I would like to understand from Mr. Timer, are all the stalwarts qualified?
Yes.
Great. Go ahead with the voting. Are we done, Toastmaster Jayesh?
I'm still left with 4 more words. Okay, I end the poll. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. So if you like their evaluations or you had seen some flaws, you can give feedback to them on their personal chats as well. Meanwhile, we go ahead with the tag team evaluations. And I would like to start with the first member of tag team in the chronological order from the backside, that is Grammarian. So let's invite Toastmaster Jaspreet for the Grammarian report of today's meeting. Over to Toastmaster Jaspreet.
Evaluator, Toastmaster Vikash. You only grow by coming to the end of something and by beginning something else. So we have come to an end of this meeting, and here I present my report. Before I begin, I would like to beg pardon for my unstable internet connection. I may have missed some words or phrases. Please excuse me. Some wrong usages were, instead of taking more time, it could have said longer. On myself, it is in myself. And the repeated usage of because can be replaced by words like since, as, then, as per the requirement. So too much of usage doesn't go very well with the ears. And I want to tell could be replaced with I want to share. Words like goosebumps are always used in plural, and I felt that I heard it in singular in the first usage. I was lost was I was devastated. How impact is how much impact it is a measure of how is more like a measurement. Could able to manage could be replaced by was able to manage. Knowing you could be replaced by know you in the context of that sentence. And today we witnessed a lot of good usages like symbolic of the present leadership. If you cannot be loved and feared both, then better be feared. Cradle of trust. I see for all you are. I see for the best you are. Feeling of tingling, active listening. And there were some words like unraveling, unscrupulous, exuberance, altruism. So all these were good usages. And the word of the day, back burner, was used by Toastmaster Suman once and Toastmaster Bilva once, TMOD of the day. And the phrase of the day was used by our TMOD, Toastmaster Bilva once. Thank you so much. That's my report for the day.
Thank you for comprehensive report, Toastmaster Jaspreet.
Thank you,
Now,
Jaspreet.
thank you. It's time to invite the second role player, and that is our counter. So are you ready, Toastmaster Jayesh, for the counters report?
Yes, Toastmaster.
Please go ahead.
So here is my counter report, and whenever I say flawless, please give 3 claps. 1, 2, 3. And when I say people have used one please give 2 claps. 1 and 2. So let me tell you, the people those who are flawless. Toastmaster Suman, you are flawless. Toastmaster Priyanka, you were flawless. And Toastmaster Amit, you were flawless in your evaluation. 1, 2, 3. The people those who have used one are Toastmaster Bilva, Toastmaster Keval, Toastmaster Naval, and Toastmaster or guest Vishal. 1, 2. Thank you very much. Now let me go ahead with the people those who have used ers more than once. So that is Toastmaster Jayesh, he used 2 ers. Toastmaster Vikash used 2 ers. Toastmaster Priyanka had 2 ers in her table topic session. Coming to the people those who have used more than 3 ers, Toastmaster Jaspreet used 5 ers and 1 Toastmaster Naval, he used the word like 3 times. Then Toastmaster Parul used 7 ers. Guest Jigna used 3 ers. Guest Vishal used 1 Toastmaster Priyanka used 2 ers. And she used the word you know 5 times in her table topic. Toastmaster Shantanu used 3 ers. Coming to the panel discussion, Toastmaster Amit had 2 ers and Toastmaster Rashi had 7 ers and 2 ums. This is from my side as the counter. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Vikash.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jayesh. Let's call the third player of the team, that is timer. So are you ready, Toastmaster Keval, with timer's report?
Yes.
Please present it.
So here is the timing. Time how you are used in your speech. From starting, Sergeant at Arms, that is me indeed. I have taken 4 minutes and 12 seconds. Presiding officer Toastmaster Jayesh has taken 12 minutes. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bilva has taken 17 minutes and 50 seconds and still counting. General Evaluator, Toastmaster Vikash has taken 9 minutes and 30 seconds and still counting. Our counter, Toastmaster Jayesh has taken 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Timer, that is me. I have taken almost 3 minutes and still counting. Grammarian Toastmaster Jaspreet, she has taken 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Speaker 1 Toastmaster Naval, he has taken 6 minutes and 28 seconds on time. His evaluator Toastmaster Khushal has taken 3 minutes and 29 seconds. So he has made it. Speaker number 2, Toastmaster Suman, she has taken 5 minutes and 49 seconds. Her evaluator Toastmaster Jayesh, he has taken 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Speaker number 3, Toastmaster Priyanka, she has taken 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Her evaluator Toastmaster Amit, he has taken 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Table topic master Toastmaster Vandan, he has taken 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Table topic speaker number 1, Toastmaster Parul, she has taken 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Table topic speaker 2, guest Jigna, she has taken 1 minute and 12 seconds. Table topic speaker number 3, guest Vishal, he has taken 1 minute and 30 seconds. Table topic speaker number 4, Toastmaster Priyanka, she has taken 1 minute and 5 seconds. Table topic speaker number 5, Toastmaster Vishantanam, he has taken 1 minute and 40 seconds. About the panel discussions, it 35 minutes and 36 seconds. So that is the timing report from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Keval, for such a comprehensive report. So it's now time to go ahead with my general evaluation, my report for the entire meeting. So I would like to, yes, Toastmaster Jayesh, voting will do at the later run together for the role players as well as leaders. Yeah. So let's start with from the beginning, that how we started. So the meeting started right on time, that is 3 o'clock sharp. Kudos to our Sergeant at Arms and all the role players, Toastmaster Keval. Toastmaster Keval, you have played dual role today. I would like to speak about your both the roles in one go. You were Sergeant at Arms, at the same time timer for the meeting. So first of all, it is very, what we say, motivating that you come forward whenever there are lack of role players, you take up the roles. That is really good. I appreciate you for that. You started meeting in positive note. You welcomed all of us. You have set the ground rules for the meeting, and also you have introduced the presiding officer well. So all in all, it was perfect in terms of starting the meeting. In terms of your timers report, you introduced your role well, and you have also presented a comprehensive report. I don't find any such lacuna in the beginning when you start as Sergeant at Arms. You could lead the applaud, you can talk about, or you can urge people to applaud whenever something good happens. That's a gentle suggestion to you. So all in all, it was a good role played by you, and I see you going on a winning way. So you are on the winning way. Continue with the winning way. Now let's move on to congratulations and thank you so much. Let's move on to Toastmaster of the day, our presiding officer, Toastmaster Jayesh. Toastmaster Jayesh, you welcomed people really well. You stated how TIA started and what was the objective behind. You made it very, very interactive, and you also set the tone of the meeting. You took guest introduction well, and you have introduced TMOD in very, very nice way. At the same time, you have played some other roles, like you were the counter for today's meeting. You are also evaluator for one of the speech. So you have really given justice to all the role. I appreciate your effort. Just on a simple suggestion side, we see presiding officer as someone who inspire audience, who motivate audience. You always open with something great. You were also having something today to speak, but it could have been a little more better where you can inspire us in the beginning. All in all, it was a perfect job played in terms of presiding officer and other role as well. So kudos to you. Keep doing great work. And I see a good leader in you. So you are a good leader. Continue with your leadership. Let's move on to The third role player, that is Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Bilva. What a fantastic theme you brought, something which generally is overlooked. We don't see how does it matter? It matters a lot. Those 30 seconds, that elevator pitch, you brought our attention on that. It was very, very interactive. You said, open with impact, create an impact, and live with that impact. And I loved that particular line. Overall, it was very interactive, very engaging, very entertaining session. And I think, including me, everybody learned a lot from this role of yours, the TMOD role. So this was really good. A simple suggestion, not to you only, but all the TMOD in coming times, that there is something which is called agenda. That agenda has to be prepared well in the advance, because it works as the yardstick. It says that how much time we have to speak and at what time we need to stop. I have seen that from last so many meetings, we have been started with preparing agenda. So that could have been, if it could have been there, it could have been great. All in all, nothing, I mean, in terms of your role, you have really given justice to your role. You have introduced every speaker, every role player well. So kudos to you. Toastmaster Bilva, well done. So guys, if you want to know how to get from where you are to where you want to go, please contact Toastmaster Bilva. He is Wikipedia. He has got a lot of information and understanding. Let's move on to the fourth role player. Timer have already covered. Counter have already covered. Toastmaster Jayesh. Grammarian. Toastmaster Jaspreet. You have really stated your role well, and you have also introduced word of the day and phrase of the day. I think people couldn't use it much, but yes, these were good things, and I think people could have used it. You should have also, I mean, you have also given word of the day and phrase of the day on the chat repeatedly. That is really good. A small suggestion to this particular role, we generally do not say wrong usage or bad usage. We generally say not so good usage, looks good, little on appreciating side. And also, I expected that you could have prepared a PowerPoint with POD and WOD, because this is a online meeting that would have helped us. All in all, nothing in terms of, lacuna. It was a well played role, and you have really given justice to your role. Continue with the role, and I see you have a way where you are going towards excellence. So continue with the excellence. Do good. Keep doing good. Let's move on to three speakers for today's meeting. Toastmaster Naval. Toastmaster Naval, you have really inspired us. Doesn't look like it was your first speech, and you have really spoke well. And I think I see that you will continue in the success path, and I will see you at the top one day. Nothing to say about you because your speech is already evaluated. Keep doing well. Toastmaster Suman, you have also had a very good speech, and I enjoyed your speech. You speak very silently. It was very good. So I see in every speech lots of willpower. So you have got that maximum willpower. Continue with that willpower and keep doing well. Keep giving wonderful speeches. Toastmaster Priyanka, you are a wonderful speaker, and I see you are rising very, very strong. Keep rising, keep rising. And I think keep giving speeches. In the very short run, you have given so many speeches, and I think they are all appreciated. Good job in terms of completing your assignment as a speaker. Now let's come to table topic master. Toastmaster Vandan, you were very, very innovative. You brought so many things today. One, you were having a lot of amazing theme and amazing topics. Other, you also brought prep techniques which can be used. That is a very wonderful thing. You suggested how one can become a good table topic speaker. You also brought some innovative ideas where you talked that how timing matters. 1:30 and 2 minutes has to be focused. So I think overall it was wonderful role, and I think you have given complete justice to the role. Nothing to nothing. I didn't find any lacuna. Let me tell you very frankly. Good job. Keep taking up roles and keep doing well. You are also on the excellence path. Keep doing well. Now all my evaluators, they are winners. They have really given justice to their role. They have really evaluated all the speeches well, and they have used the technique which is called praising, instructing, and then encouraging. They praised all the speakers. They also told that how your speech could have become better, could be better, and also encouraged. So all our stalwarts are really great in terms of their role. I would not comment on panel discussion because I know this has added a lot of value to all of us. There is no second opinion. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rasi and Toastmaster Amit, in terms of conducting this particular panel discussion for all of us. I think all in all, this was a great meeting. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I believe that this will definitely add a lot of value to all of us in terms of our learning path. That's all from my side. And now the time for role players and better leader voting that Toastmaster Jayesh will lead us to. Over to Toastmaster Bilva. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, General Evaluator Vikash Jha. I would like to request Toastmaster Jayesh to launch the polls for the best evaluator, best role player, and best leader.
Toastmaster Bilva, best evaluator is done. Best role player.
Best role player and best leader. Sorry.
Yeah, best role player. I have launched the poll, requesting everyone to vote wisely.
Vote wisely क्या होता है? धमकी दे रहे हो?
Wow, we have a good competition. I would request everyone to vote, please. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. I've received all the votes. Shall I proceed with the best leader award, Toastmaster Bilva?
Yeah, please.
Okay. For the best leader award, we have 3 nominees: Toastmaster of the Day, Journal Evaluator, and TTM. Require 3 more votes, please. Thank you very much. We have a winner. Over to you, Toastmaster Bilva.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jayesh. Now I would like you to remove one hat and wear another one. That is of a presiding officer. Please join me in announcing the winners of the day. The wow.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Bilva. I really appreciate the energy that you always carry and bring to HCTC. A fantastic meeting. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rashi, Toastmaster Amit, for this great session on image consulting. Please give a round of applause to Toastmaster Rashi and Toastmaster Amit, everybody. And I would request Toastmaster Amit, and I would request everyone to please switch on the video. We're going to have a photograph. Requesting everyone to please switch on the video. Toastmaster Radhika, if you can. All right. So Toastmaster Bilva, Toastmaster Vikash, who's going to take the photo. We're going to do the HCTC Namaste. We always have this signature, HCTC Namaste. So requesting everyone to do Namaste. Yeah. HCTC Namaste. Thank you.
नमस्ते करेंगे तो फोटो कौन ले रहा है?
Who's going to take the photograph?
I took photograph. I took it. You can take one more if you want.
तुम करो.
Okay. HCTC Namaste. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Requesting the guests to please give us the feedback, starting with Jigna Vora. How did you like the meeting and any suggestions and how can we improve?
I have attended a meeting even earlier in the office near Vastrapur Lake at, I don't know what,
British.
Heritage.
British.
Yeah, somewhere, yeah. So even that time I found very enlightening and very much, all the skills are brushed up and very well evaluated. So same feedback even here. Very good evaluation feedbacks are given, and the way you take it in good spirit, that is even more appreciative.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, guest Jigna. Really appreciate your feedback and looking forward to more participation from your side. We have guest Vishal. Guest Vishal, if you could have your suggestion, sir?
It was wonderful. You see, I was in speechless attending this program. It was just wonderful. And it's just really very encouraging. There are forums where we can, you see, just like somebody says, we are just putting our shoulder upper side. So I don't see any improvement. It's a wonderful meeting, and it's all I was participating in all the meeting throughout, and it was very insightful. I learned a lot, and I will continue with the group. In fact, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guest Khushal. I really enjoyed your table topic session as well. We have the guest Toastmaster Rashi. If you can give us your feedback, how did you like the meeting? And I hope you enjoyed HCTC today. You need to unmute yourself, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, Jayesh, always. As I said, it's a pleasure to come to HCTC. And there are a lot of things that I liked and today. Let me first put Vikash in the picture. Vikash, was that a show of your books? And I just love the collection that you have and the way you have to your evaluations and you using everyone with the book. So that was amazing because I have seen that creative evaluation after such a long time. So kudos to that. Next, what I loved is the way you guys connect. The Bilva's energy is very infectious. Jayesh ka persona is there. We have Amit. We have people like Priyanka, people like Parul, Jaspreet. You know, the way you guys are putting up these meetings, one after other, I think you guys are to the path to success. So here's wishing all the best and here's wishing all the luck to HCTC. And yes, that is it. Keep telling me what all that I can do for the club. I am receiving a lot of messages which are telling me for the session today. And believe me, it's a win-win here because when you teach is when you learn. So I have learned my bit today from HCTC. Thank you everyone for providing me that learning curve today. And I wish the best and I wish safe May to everyone because the times that we are in, it's a lot of uncertainty that we have today. And there's one small tip, and I hope you don't mind if I take one more minute, Jayesh. Can I? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So as a lifestyle coach also, I'm talking a lot these days, and this is what I love. And there's one thing that I want to tell you. If you believe in energies, and if you believe in the power that you have in your hand. Let me just tell you this. This is a very interesting study that has been going on. And to what the extent it has been, it just says that the energy of coronavirus that it carries is 5.5 hertz. And it doesn't survive if you have an energy of 25.5 hertz. That means stressed nahi rehna hai. You need not be in an anxiety position. You need not be stressed. You need not be paranoid. Just believe in yourself. Put things in your hand and trust your body. Trust yourself. Be connected to people. Keep talking to them. Have that good diet. Drink right water in that right quantity. And have your mental balance in place. Be sane. And believe me, this virus cannot do anything to you. So this is just to keep you all sane. This is just to keep you all safe. And I wish so much of health and so much of my heartfelt wishes to each one of you. Kudos, HCTC. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you very, very, very much, Toastmaster Rashi. As an image consultant, we all need to purify our image as well as our soul. So thank you very much for that energy tip that you gave us, Toastmaster Rashi. Very nicely portrayed.
Jayesh, it's always inside, outside. You have to first shine inside and then only you can dazzle outside.
Absolutely. I agree with you, Toastmaster Rashi. I agree with you. We have two more guests. If we can quickly take their feedback. Toastmaster Parul, how did you like the meeting? I hope you're able to hear me now. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Yeah. So actually, today's meeting was quite special. I love the EMS consulting part and all the speeches and the evaluation, the values that everyone brings. The role, I mean, all the role players has bring values to the table. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I will keep visiting your meetings. Thank you, Jayesh.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Parul. And I hope you're ready with the prayer that we do at the end to get rid of Corona as well. So you can post the prayer in the chat. We would love to hear again from you. So we have Toastmaster Radhika. Toastmaster Radhika. I hope she's not there, close to her phone. Fantastic, no problem. It was a great meeting, and now we move on to the awards. Toastmaster Bilva, if you can help me in giving the awards. So we go ahead with the best speaker.
The best speaker for the day is Toastmaster Priyanka.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone.
Our thought speech.
Best evaluator, sir.
Best evaluator for the day is Toastmaster Amit.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Amit.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Amit.
The best table topic speaker, sir.
Best table topic speaker for the day is once again Toastmaster Priyanka.
Oh, congratulations.
Pani re.
The best player is the jungly guy, the presiding officer, Toastmaster Jayesh.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And the best leader is the showroom of books. The general evaluator, Toastmaster Vikash.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Vikash.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Guys, please don't go away. Please don't go away. We have a video for everyone. I request Toastmaster Vikrant to please share the video. It is for the Toastmaster of the month, April. Toastmaster Vikrant, if you can share the video now with the audio, please.
Please allow me to share the screen.
I have allowed you, sir.
Okay. Now you can able to see all.
You need to share, sir. We are not able to see it.
Yes, you are able to see all.
No, we are not able to see. If you can share it. Sir.
No.
No, we are not able to see it.
Oh, what is wrong?
Sir, go to the Zoom and then you play share, sir.
Now.
Yes. Yeah. So you can
just hold on.
Yeah.
Just hold on.
You can open the video and then you start the share button, sir.
Just hold on.
And the video credits to be given to Toastmaster Vikrant, and he is a part of the PR team under Toastmaster Vikash. He has done a great job. So please give a round of applause to Toastmaster Vikrant on that till he starts the video.
Just hold on. But, I have some problem.
No problem, sir. I think let me do that. Let me do the honors.
You do.
Yeah, let me do the honors. I'll share the screen now. I hope you guys can see it.
Yes.
Yes. Are you able to hear the voice?
Look, please play the video.
Just a second. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well
Toastmaster
deserved.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Jayesh, once again.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Jayesh and Toastmaster Vikrant. What a video!
Thank you. Thank you.
वंडरफुल वीडियो विक्रांत एंड वो जो सारे कमेंट्स थे जो जबरदस्ती लिखवाए गए थे उसके पैसे मिल जाए सबको पूरा हो जाए मेरा ड्यू बाकी है पेटीएम कर दीजिए इसी नंबर पे
मेरे को तो जान से मार डालने की धमकी दी गई थी
ऐसा नहीं कर सकते यार
Okay, guys, before we leave, let us do the prayer because many of our club members are also suffering from this virus. So I would request Toastmaster Parul if you can again do the honors, and we will recite after you say the.
Yeah, sure. So let's everyone close your eyes. Let's do the namaste. Om Sharve Bhavantu Sukhinah.
Om
Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah.
Sarve Santu Niramaya.
Sarve
Santu Niramaya.
Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu.
Sarve
Bhadrani Pashyantu.
Ma Kaschit Dukh Bhagya Bhavate.
Kaschit
भाग भवेत्
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om
Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Parul. Please stay safe. We are there on YouTube, and please like us, subscribe us, share us as much as you can, and please come the next Saturday on Saturdays 3 to 5. Looking forward to see you guys. Thank you very much. I adjourn the meeting.
Everyone be safe. Take care. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Stay safe, take care. Thank you so much, everyone.
Guys, bye.
and stay tuned if you want to chit chat
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Any of the guests, if they have any questions, please feel free to ask.